Hi. Typical readjustment. I just tried to film this and Buster like got up on the couch and walked through, and I guess I had one of the remotes up here and he was like pressing buttons and turning the television on. It was a whole thing. So I'm back. I have a lot to show. I'm gonna try to cram this into 30 minutes because I have some other stuff to do, but let's get started. First off, oh, where to start? Let's start with the biggie. I have two finishes. My first finish is not framed yet. I have a frame that I got at Thrifting with Diana. I'm going to see if it'll fit. I think it's too small. So this may go to be professionally framed. This is Barbara Anna's All Creatures Great and Small, which I've always felt weird calling it All Creatures because I took out the verse that says All Creatures. So let's do some zooming. I'm trying to look at this through the linen to see what you guys can see. I loved every stitch of this. Okay, maybe some of the green stitches in the hill I may have cursed a little, but other than that, I loved, or maybe some of the leaves in the border. But other than that, I loved every stitch of this. I highly recommend this chart. It was so much fun. Obviously, because as of when I picked it back up again on New Year's Eve, I really only had like this little bit in the middle done and maybe a few animals, and I did everything else since then. I loved this piece. When I finished this, I really felt like I needed another small start and finish. So I started going through my digital copies of Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly. And the spring 2014 issue has a sampler called 1892 M. Detlefsen. It's like a German looking sampler, and there's a bird on the sampler that I just fell in love with, and I wanted to do a little spring feeling small, so I stitched the bird. This is what it looks like in my copy of the magazine. It looks like these colors, and these colors are pretty accurate. I changed this because it actually looks gray in the magazine, which is one of the things I loved about it. But it's like it's a shade of green anyway. And I changed the blue that I did this and this in because the way I plan on finishing it, I already have some fabric and I wanted it to match exactly, so I changed the blue. I love this little bird. Love it. I also worked on, during Dark 13 stitching, I pulled out and worked on Jack's Bash. And Jack's Bash looks like, this is by Plum Street Samplers. It looks like that. I am doing this in the called for threads. I'm doing it on a different fabric. I bought a piece of Picture This Plus Carnival that I just kind of quickly dipped over dyed in tan Rit to give it this coloration. So I basically worked the border all the way to the bottom, came across some, and then started in on this tree here. Got all of that done. This is a really fun one. I might pull this out and work on it again for Friday the 13th, which is this Friday. Guys, don't forget, I mean, you can skip Dark 13 stitching a lot of months, but a month where it's a Friday the 13th, can't do it. Can't do it. Okay. Was it last night? No, Sunday night, I started something new. I told myself when I finished All Creatures and my small that I could start this. It would be my reward. So I started His Eyes on the Sparrow. Just a little bit of border work done. You can tell how big this is going to be. I'm doing this on a piece of Picture This Plus Velt. This is the same fabric that I'm doing Death by Cross Stitch on. It's a lovely neutral with browning and greening. Like this is green, this is brown. I love this fabric. And there's a lot of people doing His Eyes on the Sparrow. And I wanted mine to be a little different. So it's a neutral fabric, which I feel stays pretty true to the piece, but it's different. So there's that. It's all my stitching that I've done in the past month. I've been pretty monogamous, but I have a shit ton of haul. It was my birthday month, so let me sit up. So I have gifts on this side and stuff that I bought on this side. So we're gonna start with gifts. My husband went to Florida for a weekend on a guy's trip and left on like a Thursday and came back on a Sunday. So Diana came and spent the weekend with me. It was great. She came down after work on Friday and we hung out. She stayed over Friday night and Saturday night and we basically had a stitching slumber party. It was fantastic. But she brought me this as a birthday present. How awesome is this cute little weird cat? He sees into your soul. I love him. I have him over there on my bookshelf. I actually have kind of a collection going on the front of my bookshelf of things that my wonderful stitching friends have given me. Banks and Ouija skulls and this cat and artwork. You guys make me feel pretty loved. Let's see. Ellen, who doesn't have a channel or anything, but she made me the wonderful, I know you guys will remember it, the purple Jimmy Flosstube bag. So she sent me a birthday present too, because I had sent her a bag back. So I guess we're gonna keep doing this now. I get to meet Ellen in New Jersey. I'm kind of excited. So she sent me a really sweet card. She sent me this, which is one I've had my eye on. She put some threads in there for me. This one, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. And she stitched me this pincushion. I mean, look at the finishing on this, guys. She said she stitched it and she had a friend finish it. And when I showed it on my Instagram, I mean, you really can't appreciate all of the stitching in detail. Ellen, thank you. I really love this. And I also had someone send me, not necessarily as a birthday gift, but she wanted to share with me counting pins that she was making and selling and see if I enjoyed them and if I enjoyed them, which is always nice for people. Like if they send you something, you don't want them to be like, I want you to say something good about it. She was like, if you like them, you know, I'd like to know if you'd share on your Instagram. So I did. And I told her I would also mention these on my YouTube channel because they look like old antique plates, but all of hers are different. She sent me a letter with some information. If she's selling on Instagram, so if you were interested in some of these, look up MICHGAL28. I'll pop it up here on the screen. She's selling these for $10 a pair plus shipping, and her name is Carol Alanis. She spelled it out phonetically for me. So, Carol, I really hope that I read your phonetics appropriately. But because she really tries for all of these to be unique and for never to make a pair that's exactly the same. So it's like you get a little work of art. I thought it was pretty awesome. Thank you, Carol. Let's see. What I have left is my birthday gift from Jimmy Flosstube. First off, he drew Borat going, my wife, on the card envelope for me. I never know when I get a card from him what's going to be on the outside. And just, anyway, I can usually not read his cards out loud. You can only imagine. And he got me, I told him, he asked me something that I would like to have, and I was like, I'd like to have the new DMC colors. You don't have to get me the 10. You can just go on 123 Stitch or somewhere and pop them in your cart and get me the new DMC colors. That's what I would like for my birthday. So he got me this. And he schemed with Olivia and got me this because he knew that I had mentioned that there was a book that she had gotten that I thought was really cool. I particularly like this chart. I like that a lot. And he tracked down a sampler that I had said that I wanted and didn't want to pay the out-of-print price for. Well, he found a copy and I guess paid the out-of-print price for it. I love this chart. It's gorgeous. I love how the weeping willow kind of fades into it and all of the animals and the black sheep on the hill. It's the Plantation Sampler by Canterbury Designs. Pretty fantastic. Also, I got a couple of birthday cards from people like Kansas Julie and a few others. And Darla sent me a birthday card and put my very first Carrie's Creations threads in here. And an awesome shade of purple. And I'll be honest, when I get really pretty colors like this, all I can think in my head is, I need to pull Death by Cross Stitch back out. And I need to put that color in it. Thank you. Now we have a stack of stuff that I bought for myself. I'm a firm believer in a birthday month, and I treat myself. So, crap Emily bought herself right here. Oh, I bought these from Avika. I think her store is called Mad for Minders, and I don't have her card here. I'll figure it out. I'll put it in the description box below where I got these. I bought the Ouija board, the witch head, and this awesome American Gothic. And she sent me this unicorn minder for free, which I think I'm going to give to Diana because that just kind of feels like something she needs. And she likes the little tiny minders. So, there's that. Hey, buddy. You want to help me go through charts? I got the Birds and the Bees from Carriage House Samplings because who doesn't love a weird little deer and birds in a tree? I mean, look at that guy. He looks like he's been riding a horse. And I got Thine Forever by Carriage House Samplings. I got this at a bargain, so I can see me doing that as converting it into like a marriage sampler for someone one day. I think I showed this already. I think this is from last month, but I bought this out of the clearance rack at 123 Stitch, and I think it made it back into the stack of stuff. I'm pretty sure I've already shown this. So, stick that over there. I'm pretty sure I've already shown that. I need a basket where I collect things for my next video instead of things getting scrambled together and moved around, and empty the basket after every video. I bought Spring at Hollyberry Farm by Stacy Nash Primitives. I found this at a decent price, less than it usually is at. And I've always liked this one because of the gigantic cat that could eat the woman and the dog. There's the cat, there's the dog, and there's the woman. Why is the cat like the size of Mount Rushmore? I mean, it makes no sense, but it's glorious. Gregory in the Garden by Kathy Barrick. When you go on her Etsy shop, like, she must really like this chart because this is actually her her little avatar profile picture thing. It's a cool little bird. Okay. Now, you know that I showed some City Stitcher charts recently, and thanks to Lori, Mischievous Stitcher, and Tracy P, who alerted me that City Stitcher has her own website, which I had been to, but I had tried to click on the pictures and you couldn't, so I was like, oh, well, she doesn't sell them. Apparently, like, if you read in part of her website, it's like, to purchase these, click here, and there's like, you click on the word here, and it takes you to a quilting website where you can buy all of her charts for like the listed prices. So like if you're going on eBay or Etsy and they're listed for $15, $20, $30 a piece, no. Go on here and pay $5 or $6 for them. So I got this one, which I had been looking at on eBay and almost paid $20 for. I paid the $6 listed. This is the strawberry sampler. Now my foot's going to sleep. And this one I never thought I would find and get my hands on. You guys know I'm not a religious person, but some of the Adam and Eve samplers I really like. And this has probably always been one of my favorites. This is the City Stitcher's Adam and Eve sampler. I love it. Someone on Instagram is doing this, and I actually saved it because I just loved looking at it. Now I'm going to kind of go off on a tangent because this is Jen Lee's fault. Quirks and Stitches. She showed this where she started it for her Stitch Madness. I had to buy it. I need to stitch it right away. And you all need to go watch Jen's new Flosstube channel. She has 3 videos up now. I have not watched the 3rd one. She just posted it in the last day or so, and I haven't watched any Flosstube. So I'm probably going to watch that tonight, and all of you should as well. And buy this. Look at all those little houses. Love it. I don't have a problem. You guys have a problem? There's not, well, there's like 6 left. Teresa showed this Kitten Stitcher where she was bringing this back through market, I believe it was, or maybe she just showed it saying it was under, I don't remember. She showed this in a video, and I've always liked it. So I went to Jen's Etsy shop and purchased it. Fracture Friends. She stitched this on silk gauze. I probably am not stitching this on silk gauze. I think she even did it. Looks like black silk gauze. No. No. No, 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 no. She says, on 40 count silk gauze, this finishes up about 4 1/4 by 4 inches. Love it though. It's really awesome. This is Cozy Egg's fault. I found this for sale used. It doesn't look used. It looks brand new. And bought it. Colonial Garden. She's doing this in like 40 count black, and that's why she hates it. I will not be doing it on 40 count black. I will be doing it on something dark, but not black. What did they do it on? 36 count black forest. It looks blue or gray though. I'll figure something out. Midnight Watch. I ran across this on Etsy at a good price when it's going for like $30 on eBay. I had bought it, or almost bought it, a lot of times, so I went ahead and grabbed it because I believe it's out of print now. And you know how Blackbird Designs pieces go. Both of these, Tracy, this is your fault, because both of these you have mentioned where you bought. Heartstring Samplery, Be Kind Always, and then this is Finiscal's Hall 8/2024. So I bought these, and that should have been enough, but I went ahead and grabbed this chart by Heartstring Samplery, which is one that I have admired for a while because it has the lyrics to a Bob Dylan song on it, and I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan. But this is Forever Young by Heartstring Samplery. This will probably get done before the other two because Bob Dylan. Okay, so that's all my haul. See, I'm doing okay. 21 and a half minutes in. Oh, do you guys want to see all of the threads for His Eye Was on the Sparrow? These are the weeks. And these are my Gast. Aren't they luscious? Because I am doing this with 2 threads, I bought 2 of everything, or double the amount of everything. We'll see. We're going to finish this up with a little segment and then a little something special right at the very end. So my little segment is weird shit Emily bought this month. First off, when Diana was here, she and I went antiquing, and she bought something really awesome for our friend Caroline, who has received it now, so I can say that. It's really cool. And I ran across this and bought it for myself. You guys know that I love old cast iron banks. It's a turkey bank. He is my new stitching mascot. See where you put coins in his butt there? Yeah, $5. So way cheaper than he's going for on eBay. So turkey bank. Then I found this turn of the century candlestick holder with a chicken foot base. I'm telling you, that's why this is called Weird Shit Emily Bought. So this is, it's freaking awesome. Chicken foot candlestick holder. Just let that sink in for a second, that this exists. It's from the early 1900s, which is why it's not exactly straight. The candle kind of leans a bit in it. Whatever. This is my favorite. It's also the smallest. I'm going to actually take it out of the little bag to help with glare. It's tiny. The Evergreen Needle, or Kelly, turned me on to the fact that this was a thing and that these existed. I'm not sure if she told me about this exact item, but that items like this existed. This is a brooch. I obviously can't. You can tell there's something in the brooch, curled up on the inside. That's human hair. Let that sink in for a second. There's human hair inside this brooch because it's called a Mourning Pin. M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G. So the hair of your deceased loved one goes in this, and you wear it while you're in mourning. I think it's one of the coolest things in the world, and I'm probably going to start collecting these. A lot of them have the hair woven into an intricate, like, crisscross on one side or on the front. A lot of them have a photo of the person on the front, and then the hair on the back where it's up against you. This one I bought and jumped on because I had never seen one with color like this. I can only imagine that the young lady, I'm assuming, whose hair this is, maybe her favorite color was blue. I love it. So it's going back in here. Maybe once I have enough items like this, I'll display them in a shadow box. But for right now, it's going back in the box that it came in, where it's safe. This is not, well, this is shit Emily bought, so we'll just add this in. But this also falls into shit Emily's into, which is kind of a segment that seems to be going around, stuff that people are into. So my husband is obsessed with stickers, really obsessed with stickers. You guys know this because he decorated my floss box. A lot of this is him. All of these stickers all over it. So he discovered this website called redbubble.com. It's where artwork from all of these independent artists are gathered, and you can buy items through Redbubble with this artwork on it. So there's lots of different things, but our favorite is the stickers. In fact, for Christmas, I bought him a whole bunch for him to do whatever he wanted with. My 40-something-year-old husband loves stickers, so, and put them in his stocking. Deciding that maybe my new car needed a couple on the back glass, I went searching for myself and found some pretty awesome stuff. All of these are not going on my car. Wait, that's the wrong way. Any craft fans will recognize that. Kelly will like that one. Hello, cross-stitched bird. Hermit tarot card. Dylan. Introverts unite separately in your own homes. A needle and thread. Little memento mori tombstone piece. Bates Motel. Another planchette, and of course, a death head moth. So, redbubble.com. A couple of these are going on my car. I'm going to see how they hold up, and then I may put a few more on there. And the last thing that Emily is into, and every time, I've used this for a couple of years, and every time somebody sees my shampoo, they're like, huh, that's weird. That's really neat that you use that. I've never seen that before. This is an unused bar of my shampoo. It's solid shampoo. I buy this from a company called Lush. Oh my gosh, it smells so good, guys. There are Lush stores all over the US and Canada and the UK. I'm assuming other places, but I know this I actually bought from the UK because I realized that I can buy things from Lush cheaper from the UK than I can here in the US, or have them shipped from Canada. So, oh my gosh, it smells so good. This is great for traveling because you don't have a liquid on the airplane. You have a shampoo bar. And I'll be honest, real life people, I get dandruff except for when I use this. I have not had like a problem with dandruff since I started using this shampoo bar 2 years ago. This one in particular is called Soak and Float. It used to smell really bad. Like, I used to buy it from my dad and it smelled really bad, but they've worked on their formula and it still works, but doesn't smell like a campfire. But lots of different scents. I'm obsessed. I use this one the most, and I switch it up with other things. Like the one I have in there right now is bright blue with seaweed in it. It smells really good. But anyway, that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap this up, get it edited together, hopefully get it uploaded tonight. And I'll try to do another Stitch With Me video in the future too. And right around the corner is Stitch Mania. I keep finalizing and then changing my plans, so I think I'm going to try to vlog some for that, and you guys will just see what I'm doing as I do it. But until then, happy stitching, buy some weird shit, and I'll see you later. I completely forgot. I plan on giving away my used copy of All Creatures Great and Small. I didn't buy this off of the website. I bought this from 123 Stitch. So this was not a digital. This was a paper copy that I bought, and I am going to rehome it to one of you guys. So if you are serious about stitching All Creatures Great and Small, this is a big piece. It's 317 by 248 stitches. You know, comment down below, but don't mention a giveaway. Just say, hold on, I'll figure it out. I got it. Okay, tell me what your birthday tradition is. Because like Jim and I always enjoy, we do gifts, and we always have a specific restaurant that we like to go to. And I always get at least a birthday weekend. We eat Thai food and lots of desserts, and he usually cooks me a meal too. So what's your birthday tradition? And I will enter you into the giveaway. Bye, guys.